What up, good people? Welcome to another video. I'd say this week's videos is going to be a little bit different from normal because they're going to be more opinion based, based on basically my opinions and my own experiences, um, and not really based on any like facts or anything. So, it's going to be a little bit different, but still useful stuff. And I would say, for particular this video, um, I would say all my videos are named towards like adults or really anybody can use, you know, my videos or like what I say and stuff. But I would say in particular for this video, I would say the ages are like mainly for like maybe young adults, maybe young 20s to like maybe older high school kids. Like I said, anybody can use the knowledge and the stuff that I give, but I would say particularly for that age group, just because like at that age group, this is kind of doing the whole in the dating scene, like you're kind of finding yourself, you're starting to talk to women, you're finding yourself and stuff. So these are to help, you know, those guys out, in particular. So basically, like Kyle says, this is why you don't want to be labeled as the nice guy. But really for two reasons. So the first reason why you really don't want to be labeled as the nice guy is because basically that like being labeled as the nice guy is basically like you're really nice, but you're not nice because of how you normally are. You're only nice because you're trying to basically get something from somebody. Usually in a dating sense, like for example, you're only nice to a woman because you want to either have sex with that woman, want to be in a relationship with that woman, you want to date a woman. You're not nice for the sake of being nice. You're basically only being nice to get with somebody. And it doesn't just apply to dating, it can apply to work anyway. So for example, like people that's like, oh, I'm only nice to my coworkers, so or do favors for them so they can do favors for me. Or like I only am nice because of X, Y, and Z. Like you're not nice because that's how you naturally are. You're only doing it to get stuff out of people. You don't want to be labeled like that, especially not in a dating relationship. It's like that's definitely like not a good thing. And people that do that, usually when they're nice like that, they also like think people owe them something. For example, so let's say you're in high school and you help a guy helps a girl with homework, and then he expects to go on a date with her, and then she'll be like, well, I don't want to go on a date with you. They'll get upset. They're like, oh, but I helped you with your homework, or I did this, so you owe me. That's how you know they're the nice guy, where they're a nice guy, but they're only nice because they're trying to get something. So they're not really nice. They're what I like to call those people is jerks in disguise, because that's what they are. Like they act like they're nice, but they're not really nice. And like I said, you don't want to be that type of person, especially not when it comes to dating or talking to women. Like usually it's really easy to tell. Like I said, it's really easy to tell those guys out, because like I said, all they have to do is just ask for something, and then they don't do it, they get upset, and they bring up the fact they were nice in your face. And like I said, a lot of times they have this very like attitude of like they act like people owe them, or the world or women, whoever owes them because they were nice. So now they have this arrogant attitude, oh, you owe me because I was nice. And it's like, nah, bro, the world, people don't owe you nothing. Now, I'm not saying that you should just go out and just be nice and doing stuff and favors for people, and then like, I'm not saying getting taken advantage of, but like I said, usually like a nice guy will do something and they won't state, like I said, they won't state why they're doing it, and then they're secretly have a motive of, like I said, trying to be in a relationship, trying to date somebody. So that's mainly why you don't want to be that type of guy. And if you are that type of guy, stop it. Stop doing that. My thing is just be honest and upfront. Like if you, for example, want to be in a relationship or you want to date, like I said, even as an adult, you want to date or whatever, because the way it looks like in dating, some dudes will go on a date and then they expect sex after the date, but they won't tell women that. They'll go on a date, they won't tell women, then when she doesn't want to have sex with him, he'll be upset about it. My thing is, even though I'm not saying you should be having sex on the first date, but like my thing is like, if that's what you want, just say that from the beginning. Just be like, hey, if I go on this date with you, I expect sex. So you don't have to waste your time, waste her time, waste everybody's time, instead of like playing this long con of, oh, I'm going to be the nice guy and pretend to be nice. Like that's dumb. Don't stop doing that. Stop doing that. Also, change your attitude, because the world don't owe you nothing. People don't owe you nothing. People do things out the kindness of their heart. Like you shouldn't have this arrogant attitude of thinking like, oh, because I was nice, people owe me stuff. I know in this generation, especially for, I think it was called Gen Z, I've noticed that hero arrogant old people owe me attitude type of stuff. And you gotta stop that. So that's my thing. You can still change if you are one of those nice guys. I believe people can change, but yeah, definitely you do not want to be that type of dude. Second reason why you don't want to be a nice guy, and I know because I used to be this type of nice guy, and like this one isn't as bad, but basically if you're known as like nice and that's like your defining characteristic. So if somebody says, "Oh, what do you like about Mark?" and somebody's like, "Well, Mark is a nice guy," what that really means is you're boring, or there's nothing really that interesting about you, at least to that person, whoever's calling you the nice guy. Because my thing is, I believe everybody is interesting in some way, shape, or form. Like nobody's just quote unquote boring. You might be boring to somebody else, but then to another person, you're not boring. So really, when they say, "Oh, you're nice," and that's your defining characteristic, what that means is like you're boring and really nothing's interesting to you, interesting about you. But really, that's a really easy fix, because my thing is, all you got to do is just work on yourself and your personality, get to know that person better. Because like I said, like nobody's completely boring. Like a lot of times, people that are labeled like that, they might have trouble opening up to people, or they might be interested in stuff that they've made fun of, so they don't want to talk to people about it. Because I know for me, for example, I grew up in the area where playing, video games and watching anime past a certain age wasn't cool. Nowadays, that's mainstream and everybody does that, but like it wasn't cool back in the day. So I used to hide a lot of that stuff, and I had to like make up for other things. And eventually, like I remember, like senior year of high school, I just started to kind of embrace myself, because I used to be like the type of guy where I was like, "Oh, let me watch the music videos and care about sports and do all this stuff that I really didn't care about to try to like fit in with the popular crowd." And eventually, like once I stopped doing that, like people found it. He was like, "Oh yeah, Jerry's interesting. He's into certain things and certain things that maybe a lot of people aren't interested in." So like that's why, if you're just your defining characteristic of being nice, my thing is work on that by developing yourself. Showing people how you are. Like maybe you have a unique personality, show people that. Or maybe you're into drawing, or like I say, anime, video games, sports, whatever you're into. Talk about those things. I know some of y'all might be scared to talk about those things. Well, I don't want to talk about those things because, especially if you're trying to get with a girl or whatever, it's like, "Oh, she might not like me," then she ain't supposed to be with you. Especially if you don't have friends. You gonna need friends that have some of the same interest in you. So if you talk about certain things and the people that you're talking about don't like those things, well then y'all weren't meant to be friends. So that's all. That's a really easy fix. Just like I said, talk about stuff that you like, and talk about things like I said that you're interested in. Just develop yourself. And I would say like this part is 2.5. You also don't want to be labeled as too nice. Because when a woman, especially like in early high school, that's what I was labeled as too nice. What really a woman means when she says, "Oh, I don't want to date you because you're too nice," what that really just means is she doesn't want to date you because you're not confident, you're not assertive, you're not basically she wants a more masculine, confident, assertive man. And so that's easy. All you have to do is just work on your confidence, work on your assertiveness, be more confident, be more masculine. Like that's what that means. Why don't they just say that? I don't know, bro, because that's how women are. Sometimes women don't just say what's on their mind when they're in high school, and even when they get older, like sometimes they're like that too. And there's women that out here don't express what's on their mind. I don't know if you want to get with those type of women, but especially like in high school, if they're just like, "Oh, I don't want to date you." If you ever been rejected, like, "I don't want to date you because you're too nice," what that really means is most likely you don't have confidence, or you're not assertive, you're not masculine enough for that woman. So like I said, I don't think you should change yourself, but sometimes you should work on your confidence, work on being more masculine and assertive. You can still be a nice person while still being masculine and assertive. Because I know some guys, they take that and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess I need to be a jerk then." No, you don't have to be a jerk. You can still be nice. You can, it's just, like I said, just be a little bit more confident, more masculine, more assertive. So that's it. Those are my points of why you don't want to be labeled as a nice guy. Like I said, if y'all have any things or comments and stuff about your life, leave them down below. If you like the video, share it. And all right, have a good day. Peace out. God bless.